Boston Reynolds on deck. So with one away, Price climbing back in there. Pitch on the way, and this one inside, 1-1 or 2-0. 2-0. Well, as we mentioned earlier, KHSAA Boys Sweet 16 well underway at Rupp Arena. The ninth session, which should be the last of the opening round sessions, going on tonight. Quarterfinal. This one outside as well, 3-0. Quarter round play will get underway tomorrow. At 11 a.m., we'll have all 4 games tomorrow on WCYN Radio. Semifinals will get underway at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, followed by the 1:30 second game. We'll have both games on the radio side of things. This one up. That's ball 4. And that is the first walk Yates has given up here tonight. 3rd walk overall by the Indians pitching.
Now batting number 7, Boston Reynolds.
Reynolds coming to the plate. He's 1 for 2, singled last time, and went second on an error. Landon Custard, the sophomore, will go in to run for Price. He's got a nice lead, about 3 or 4 steps over at first. Reynolds is going to foul this off on the right side, past the first base dugout behind it. No balls and a strike to Reynolds. So we'll have, as we mentioned, that'll be the semifinals for the state Sweet 16 state tournament on the radio side, and we're going to try to sneak in at 4:30 Saturday afternoon. Harrison County baseball gets on Saturday. This one inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. As the Braves have 2 games on Saturday, they'll play at noon against Grant County. We'll be back here on WCYN2's app at noon. And then Newport Central Catholic at 4:30. We should be back on the radio side of things. That'll bounce in front of the plate. Price or Brew does a nice job to grab a hold of it. 2-1. As I mentioned, Jim will be back along with us here on the baseball side on Monday as Pendleton County comes calling. So I'll return back to Shirley Field on Monday as Pendleton comes calling for the Phillies. Pitch on the way. This will bounce up there as well. Runs the count to 3-1. Still 1 away here in the 6th. Harrison County 4-1 on the year. Guys with a nice long lead over there. This one outside, so back-to-back walks. Back-to-back walks here in the inning. We'll go back to the top of the order for Cooper Slade. Slade is a single, a double, is hit by a pitch. It's a run scored to his credit as well as an RBI.
Now batting number 16, Cooper Slade.
Trying to add some more runs on the boards. Harrison's up 4-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch on the way, and this one out towards left field. It's going to hang up there. It's just a matter of who's going to get to it. And sliding, Wilson will make the catch and fires into third while Custer tags up and comes up. The field umpire said he didn't leave, or that he left too early. Field umpire saying that Custer left too early, and so he will be called out at third for doing that to end the inning. So a fly out to center field for the second out of the inning, and the caught stealing by Custard for the third out of the inning. So in the 6th inning, Harrison County had 2 runners aboard. Looked like they were making some noise, but were not able to do anything with it. Left early. So as we take a look in the inning, no runs for Harrison County. They had 1 base hit, no errors, and leave 1 runner aboard. We have played 6 total. Harrison County leading 4-0 over Covington Holy Cross, as the Indians coming up for what they're hoping will be the last at bat. You're listening, of course, to Harrison County Thoroughbred Baseball here on WCYN.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Congratulations, you're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah, Wayne's fine too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Number 24.
As we head to the seventh inning, last round up for Covington Holy Cross. They'll send 5, 6, and 7 to the plate, and Chase Tully, Brady Neff, and Wyatt Owens. Brian Vaughn beginning his 7th inning of work, trying to complete game shutout if he can hold them quiet here. This one outside for ball 1 to Tully. Your numbers through the 6 innings: no runs, 2 base hits, 2 errors, and 4 runners left aboard for Covington Holy Cross. Harrison County with 4 runs across the plate for their side. Nice pitch at the knees for strike 2 to Tully. Harrison County's numbers: 4 runs. They have came by the way of 7 base hits, no errors, and 6 runners left aboard here tonight. This one a little low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Or 2 balls and a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Next pitch on the way as Vaughn takes a long look at his catcher Price. Nice pitch at the knees, and it slowly makes its way in there. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. This one, base hit past the third baseman Roberts. So Tully's not quite ready to go back to Covington as he'll single.
Now batting number 22.
This will bring up Brady Neff. Neff reached on a hit batter back in the 2nd inning. So grounded out to short. Runner down in first base. Top of the 7th innings where we are. Vaughn pitching from the stretch. Neff will show bunt, brings it back as it goes low for ball 1. Vaughn still with a long look in it at Price. He'll then take a look at the runner over at first and gets ready to come home with the pitch. And a bounce up there, goes away from Price. He's lost the ball completely as it's around home plate. And while all that's going on, Tully will go on down to second base on the wild pitch. 2 balls and no strikes. So Covington Holy Cross not quite ready to call it a night yet. Not a lot of foul territory if you're familiar with Mack Whitaker Field. It just has to hit the press box a certain way to get lost, and it just happened. It's only about 3 or 4 steps off of the bag at second base. Neff awaits the next delivery, and it's inside. 3-0. So Price is going to go out there and talk with Vaughn and try to get him straightened out here. Three balls, no strikes to Neff. Runner down at second base. Top of the 7th inning. Reds have led the entire day as they put 2 runs up on in the 1st inning, 1 in the 2nd, and then another one in the 4th. Neff awaits. Vaughn pitching from the stretch. He'll take a look at the runner and then throws it back, and there is nobody covering the bag. Second base and the shortstop, nobody was covering the bag, and Vaughn just turned around and threw it into center field, and Tully, for some odd reason, just kind of stood there and watched it go into center field. He didn't go any further. Lewis will come up and quickly get it back in the infield, but this one out of the zone, and that's ball 4. Back-to-back runners will reach to begin the 7th inning, and this will bring up Wyatt Owens. Nobody warming up in the Harrison County bullpen, and quickly the coaching staff will go out and talk to Vaughn. It looked like we were seeing Harrison County kind of cruise into the 7th inning. All of a sudden, Holy Cross has said, wait a minute, we're not done yet. So the first 2 runners reach. Still nobody out. This brings up Wyatt Owens. Wyatt Owens 0 for 2 in the ball game with a couple of strikeouts. So Reynolds will also make a trip to the mound to talk to Vaughn. So he'll quickly return to his shortstop spot, and we'll see if we can get the 7th inning back underway. Owens climbs in there. He waggles that bat around again. Called strike at the letters. Derek Mullen on deck for the Indians. Very quiet night at the Hilltop. Vaughn comes home. This one will bounce. Oh, no, it didn't either. It hit at the knees. I thought it bounced in front of the plate, but it didn't. Went right straight across at the knees for called strike 2. Tyler will say that one was low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Vaughn trying to pick up his 10th strikeout of the ball game. Owens waits and continues to wave that bat around. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vaughn taking a very long look in at Price. Then we'll take a look at the runners. Comes home, and that one's out of the zone, trying to get him to bite. Owens will watch it go out of the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tully down at second, Neff at first. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. This game not out of reach. Bread's only up 4-0. Pitch on the way, and this one will be fouled back, so we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Price is going to make his way back out again to the mound. I don't know whether he thought the umpire came up with on the foul territory or not as far as giving him a second or so. Whatever it is, we got everything resituated. Price will return. Owens getting a couple of words from the Covington Holy Cross coach, and he'll climb back in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on. Vaughn getting ready to come home as he takes another look at Price. Pitch on the way, and swing and a miss, and that's the first out of the inning. 10 strikeouts now for Vaughn. And brings up Derek Mullen. Mullen 1 for 2, has a single and a strikeout on the night.
Number 3, Derek Mullen.
Wyatt Owens had a rough night. He has struck out all 3 times. Mullen's 1 for 2 with a single. He's still got 2 runners aboard with only 1 away. Throw over to first, and going there standing up will be Neff. Well, as we mentioned, all of our live YouTube broadcasts during the baseball season proudly brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau, Palmer Hampton Realty, and Farm Credit Mid-America. Always check it out at WCYN Sports. Hits that outside corner for a call. Strike 1 against Derek Mullen. Become a very quiet night here at the Hilltop. Ryan with another long look at Price. Throw back at second base, and we'll see Slade have to kind of hit the ground to get a hold of the ball. He's not able to tag Tully. Tully back in there as he dives back in there. Kind of keeping the runners close. No balls and a strike with one away. Mullen awaits the next delivery by Vaughn. Comes home, and this one out towards right field. It's going to hang up for the right fielder, Walker. Walker throws behind the runner at second base, and they said they got him. So that is going to way the game is going to end. As the second out goes to Walker. Walker then throws behind Tully. As he does, Reynolds will put the tag on for the third out of the inning. In the seventh inning, for Covington Holy Cross, no runs. There was one base hit, no errors, and one runner left on. Harrison County picks up their fifth win on the year to go 5-1. Covington Holy Cross will fall to 2-4. On the night, as we'll do a little bit of math here and get everybody situated as far as I mentioned, we'll name the Judy Construction player of the ball game. Harrison County picking up their fifth win of the year. Doing a nice win. So we said we'll kind of do a little bit of math here and get the wins. Brian Vaughn will pick up the win for Harrison County. Nicely done on the mound. Tell you what, let's do. Let's step out. When we return, we'll get all the math and situation that we need to get. And as we said, we'll be joined by someone from the Harrison County coaching staff. We'll take a look how the numbers break down and name the Judy Construction player of the game. So a lot still to come here from the Hilltop as the Braves pick up their fifth win on the year, 5-1, 4-0 your final over Covington Holy Cross. You are listening to Harrison County Thoroughbred Baseball here on WCYN2.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Dreaming of the perfect home? Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, Palmer Hampton Realty is here to guide you every step of the way. Located in the heart of Cynthiana, we know this community like no one else. From charming historic homes to modern dream properties, we'll find the perfect fit for you. Call Ronnie Brown today at 502-542-1984 and let's make your real estate dreams a reality. Dreaming of the perfect home? Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, Palmer Hampton Realty is here to guide you every step of the way. Located in the heart of Cynthiana, we know this community like no one else. From charming historic homes to modern dream properties, we'll find the perfect fit for you. Call Doug Hampton today at 859-588-7120 and let's make your real estate dreams a reality. At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Back here at the Hilltop at Mack Whitaker Field, the Braves go to 5-1 on the young season and picking up a 4-0 win over Covington Holy Cross. Indians falling to 2-3 overall here this evening. Let's take a look as far as the individual numbers. A look first for Harrison County. Picking up the win tonight was Brian Vaughn. Brian going all 7 innings for Harrison County. Is he gives up only 3 hits, 3 walks, but strikes out 10 tonight to pick up the win and to pick up his first win of the season, to go 1-1 on the season. So congratulations going out to Brian Vaughn. Let's take a look as far as the individual numbers go. Cooper Slade on the night. Cooper Slade reaching 3 out of the 4 plate appearances, was hit by a pitch, had a single, had a double, had an RBI, and a run scored. So a good night for Cooper Slade. Blake Green on the night reached on a walk as well as an error, had a run scored on the night. Jishawn Lewis going 0 for 3 on the night with 3 strikeouts. Jordan Jordan going 1 for 3, had a single and an RBI. Donovan Walker doing a nice job on the night, reaching on a base on balls as well tonight. Got stranded out at second that inning. Brian Vaughn, besides picking up the win, reached on a fielder's choice, reached on a hit, was hit by a pitch on the night, and also flew out to center. Dre Roberts going 0 for 2 in the ball game. Sean Vaughn, who came in to hit for him, singled, and then was caught stealing, trying to swipe the bag. Keen Price on the night, reached on 2 singles, had 1 run scored, and also reached on a walk here tonight. And then Boston Reynolds reaching on a single, had a run scored as well as a walk. So that is the way the individual batters' numbers look on the night as well. As far as the individual numbers for Covington Holy Cross, Ben Isman, who got the start tonight, goes 4 innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts, was relieved by Scotty Yates. Yates going 2 innings. Did not strike anyone out, gave up 1 hit and 2 walks on the night. As we mentioned, Isman picking up the loss. Brian Vaughn picking up his first win of the season to go 1-1. And as we mentioned, he also, reaching a couple of times, as we will name him, our Judy Construction Player of the Ball Game. And so congratulations going on to Brian Vaughn, tonight's Judy Construction Player of the Ball Game. We'll give coaching staff just a couple more minutes to make their way up here and before we call it a night. Just taking a look at a few other notes. Covington Holy Cross, as we take a look at their schedule, they'll be back in action on tomorrow night as they'll make the trip to Newport. That's a 5 o'clock first pitch tomorrow night as far as Covington Holy Cross, the Indians go for their next ball game. Harris County Phillies, as we mentioned, making their way to Mason County tonight. Do not have a score as far as how the Phillies did. Hopefully they ran their record remaining perfect as they went into play tonight at 9-0. So hopefully they will continue that run up at Mason County. Our next WCYN2's Phillies game will be Monday night as the Phillies play host to Pendleton County as they get back into 38th District play with their 2-0 on the year. That'll be at Shirley Field. We'll have that game, of course, for you on WCYN2's app on Monday night. And we'll also remind you our first Reds broadcast on WCYN will be coming up on Sunday, as the Reds will be playing host to the Giants on Sunday. Well, as we mentioned, a big win here tonight for the Reds. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Nice job. Go to 5-1 on the season. And let's talk a little bit about the pitching. Brian Vaughn came out and won a complete game tonight with 10 strikeouts.
Yeah, Brian continues to get better on the mound for us. You know, he's one of our guys that, you know, we expect to throw some big games for us and to do his job when he gets on the mound. So to see him go out there and go 7 complete and get the win, it's got a lot of confidence to build with him.
As we mentioned, a very nice game, going all 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, walking only 3 batters and giving up 3 hits. That's not a bad day at the office.
Pretty efficient on the mound tonight, Brian Vaughn was. And, you know, his confidence, we seen him struggle just a little bit right there in the latter part of the game, but he was able to bear down and do what we needed him to do out there on the mound.
Well, let's take a look at as far as the batting side of things. Really a pretty good night overall as far as the balance up and down the lineup.
Yeah, just the balance was okay tonight. We had several mistakes on the bases tonight that really cost us some runs. So that's some stuff that we've got to get better at, and we've got to know what our signs are. We had several guys miss several signs tonight.
Okay.
So we have to work on those things because, if we're looking to do the things that we want to do this year with this team, that's one thing that we can't afford to do is miss our offensive signs and mess up on the bases, because base runners are the only ones that score runs.
That's true.
So when you run into a situation on the bases and you mess up, that costs your team a run. And in big games, when you're up 1-0 or you're down 1-0, that base running is critical in games like that. So we've got to get better with our base running.
And there's very few things that are more disheartening in baseball to run yourself out of an inning.
Right. You don't want to do that, because when you're playing good teams, sometimes and you got a good pitcher on the mound, sometimes runs are hard to come by. So when you get runners on base, they're very valuable to you. So, we've got to get better in that aspect of our offense.
Well, we're going to kind of cut it short tonight, let you get out with the kids and so on. But before we do that, tomorrow night you make the trip to Powell County.
Yeah, it'll be a good contest for us. I don't know much about the Pirates, but, it's another day for us to get better. And it's another day for our kids to go out there and build some confidence within themselves and our team. So looking forward to tomorrow's contest. And, hopefully our kids will go out there and play baseball the way we've taught them and, just be Harrison County.
Well, as we mentioned, tomorrow night we won't be with you because of the Sweet 16 tournament, but we're back here on Saturday along with you as Grant County comes in as a part of the McDonald's Invitational.
Oh, yeah. Look forward to the weekend, too, as well.
So it'll be a lot of fun. Coach, I appreciate you coming up.
Yes, sir. I always appreciate the WCYN taking care of us like they do. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you so much. We'll talk with you soon. And as we mentioned, of course, Harrison County with a big win here tonight as they win by a final of 4-0 over our final over Covington Holy Cross. As we mentioned, our Judy Construction player of the ball game, we're going to give it to Brian Vaughn for his pitching performance, going all 7 innings, giving up 3 hits, 3 walks, and 10 strikeouts on the night, picking his first win of the season. As we mentioned at that, Covington Holy Cross will fall. They'll go to 2-4 on the young year. Bred's back in action tomorrow. They make the trip to Powell County to take on the Pirates. Unfortunately, because of the KHSAA Boys Sweet 16 tournament, we will not have that action here on WCYN, one of those rare Harrison County Thoroughbred games that we're not able to cover. We'll be back with them, though, at 12 o'clock as part of the McDonald's Invitational on Saturday. As Grant County will come call them. We'll be right back here on WCYN2, as well as our YouTube page at noon on Saturday. And then around 4:30, we're going to try to sneak it in on the radio side of things between the semis of the KHSAA Boys Sweet 16 tournament and the finals. We will be back here at Mack Whitaker Field as the Breds take on Newport Central Catholic around 4:30 on Saturday afternoon. We need to say some thank yous. Thank yous to the sponsors for allowing us to be with you both here on WCYN2's app as well as on our YouTube page. Always great folks, especially our YouTube sponsors. We thank them quite a bit for allowing us to be with you here this evening. We thank Izzy Ratliff doing a great job on her first night here along with us, and we appreciate you most of all for spending a little bit of your evening, your Thursday night here from Mack Whitaker Field. Your score for the final time: Harrison County 4 runs, 7 hits, 6 runners left aboard, no errors in the ball game. Holy Cross no runs, 3 hits, 5 runners left aboard, 2 errors on the game. Breds go to 5-1 on the season. Holy Cross falls to 2-4 overall. That's going to wrap up our coverage here from Mack Whitaker Field until Saturday at high noon. Good night, everyone.
The live coverage of tonight's Harrison County baseball game has been brought to you in part by Hinton Mills, Sorrel Home Medical, Harrison Memorial Hospital, Southern States, Edward Jones Investments, Bluegrass Stockyards, Farm Credit Mid-America, Poindexter Lumber Company, Hardee's of Cynthiana, First Methodist Church, State Farm Insurance Agent Joe Cochran, Snappy Tomato Pizza, El Paricatin Mexican Restaurant, Weber Farms, Kentucky Farm Bureau Agent Chad Eversole, Palmer Hampton Realty, Oasis Bar and Grill, and Judy Construction. Tune in next time for more play-by-play action right here on WCYN Sports.